everyone, it's Chris the Batman Statue Collector, your Dark Knight of Collecting, and welcome to Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles. I am so excited to be back with you guys for another great statue chat, and today we're going to be doing a top 10 list. Well, actually we're going to be doing a top 20 list. I originally set out to do a top 10 list in my Facebook group, and if you're not a member over there, please visit Batman Statue Collector Brotherhood of the Bat, and I created this poll of the top 10 villains, Batman villains of all time, outside of the Joker. Because we all know, let's be honest, the Joker is number one. Everybody always agrees that the Joker is the greatest Batman villain of all time, and so we took him out of the list. We just said, nope, he's not going to even be in there. I wanted to know everybody else except for the Joker, but we had so many people participating in it. I basically said, hey, everybody pick your top 10, but so many people participated that we actually had enough to do the top 20. The lower 20, 19, 18, they don't have a lot of votes, but we have hundreds for the number one spot. So it's crazy to think how many people participated in this. I'm just so happy, so impressed. But I thought it'd be fun to say, okay, this is the definitive list of the Batman's greatest villains of all time. Because think about it, how many villains has he had over the Batman history? I mean, 80 plus years. It's incredible to think how many great villains there have been. And so I wanted to count them down. I wanted to say who is number one, again, outside of Joker, who is it going to be? And so I thought this list would be a lot of fun. So we're going to count from 20 all the way up to number one. Let's get on it right now. So I wanted to start out with just giving some props to some of the villains that were not, that were basically past number 20. So I'm going to read these off just so you have them. Calendar Man, KG Beast, Owlman, Firefly. I like Firefly a lot. Superman. I didn't really think of him as a villain, but I guess you could see him as a villain. Condiment King. Not a lot of votes for Condiment King. Ventriloquist and Scarface. He is one of my personal favorites. I've always loved that character, but not a lot of votes. I think he only got 4 votes, so not very many. Black Mask was also another one. This was one of my favorites, Warner Brothers. I thought that was a great villain myself. Darkseid, not necessarily a direct Batman villain. Professor Pig, I really like him as well. I think he's a great villain. And that was basically 21 right there at Professor Pig. So we're going to start with number 20 and work our way up, okay? So number 20 with 4, 5, 6, 7 votes. 7 votes, not a lot, was MANBAT. MANBAT is very, very impressive. Especially I love him in the Arkham games. Very terrifying, but a great character. A great foe to Batman. Maybe, you know, not as exciting, I guess you could say. He's not an exciting character. But again, he's a challenge for Batman, so he's a cool character. So MANBAT at number 20. Number 19 is a relative new villain, and that's Talon. I was kind of surprised that he did not get more votes. He got 8 votes total. Now Talon, of course, is part of the Court of the Owls, which I absolutely love that storyline. He's a great new villain. I think the Court of Owls in general, with all the Talons, is probably more exciting than just an individual Talon. So I can see why maybe he didn't get as many votes. He's obviously not been around as long either, so maybe that's why he's not as popular, but I still thought, I'm glad he made the top 20 list at least. Okay. Next up with number 18, 6, 7, 8, 9 with 9 votes is Mask of the Phantasm. And Mask of the Phantasm, of course, is a great villain from that movie. And I think, as far as I know, that's the only time we ever see her is in that film. But what a great character. And it was something mysterious, something fun, something different. And I'm really glad that that character developed in that movie, because I think it's still one of, you know, the best Batman films ever made. Such a great story, great animation, of course, great voice actors. So I'm really glad that she made the list as well. But again, Mask of the Phantasm. All right, so we got number 17. is Professor Hugo Strange. Now, I love Doctor Strange. I think he is absolutely fantastic. He's a great character that has been used different ways over the years. Sometimes in Arkham, sometimes not, sometimes the head of Arkham. He was great on the Gotham series. I really enjoyed him there. Just a fun, different character. You know, one of those characters that uses their mind to manipulate the way things are and to be able to really challenge Batman in that way. Very cerebral. I love it. Hugo Strange, very cool character. I really like him. Let's see, number 16 then would be the Mad Hatter. This one got 11, 12, 13, 14 votes for the Mad Hatter. And the Mad Hatter is a character not really my favorite. I like the visuals of him. And again, some of those mind games with him. Sometimes he's portrayed very seriously, other times very campy. I like more of the serious, of course, the dark serious. I really liked him on Gotham. I thought he was a great character. But again, he's been just in so many different great stories. He's usually in those ensemble pieces with the different villains like Long Halloween. Just a fun character, again, challenges Batman in different ways. So cool character. Number 15 then, with 19, 20, 21, with 21 votes, we have the Batman Who Laughs. And this was a late entry into this list. But what a character and what an impact this character has already made. Very impressive in my opinion. He's very creepy. He's almost the ultimate villain. And I'm so glad that he has become so popular so quick. I'm very excited to be getting the Prime 1 statue of him. Again, kind of a hybrid of Batman and the Joker together. Just what a great character and what a great story with the Batman Who Laughs. I'm really, really glad that he made this list because, again, maybe not as many people know him, but oh, I love this character. So creepy and so devious and so smart. Oh, just an absolutely awesome character. Let's move on then to CLAYFACE. This should be number 14. And we have 24, 5, 6, 7, so 27 votes for CLAYFACE. I love CLAYFACE visually. The fact that he can transform into different characters. I really liked him in the Arkham games. I really liked him in the animated series. Such an interesting character, and he's one that I really want done in statue form. I know some people are like, why would you just want painted clay? He's creepy, you know, make a creepy face, make him transforming into something. I've seen a lot of different custom statues over the years, fan art pieces over the years that are very good. I would love to see some licensed pieces, especially in 1/4 scale. You know, I would love for him in this case right back here. But CLAYFACE, what a great character, and again, he's been a big part of stories like Hush and many others over the years. Great character, great character. Okay, coming in at number 13 is another great character with 26, 27, 28, 29, 29 votes. That is Hush, of course, from Hush. Thomas Elliott, absolutely fantastic character. He's another one that so many people ask for in statue form. They're like, why can't we have a Hush figure with the bandages and the trench coat? It looks awesome. Maybe with a switch out head or two. That could be really cool, but I love the bandage look. Just such an iconic member of that Jim Lee story, and I personally think he's a great villain. I love the family tie, that backstory with the Wayne family. I think that was really fun and something that hadn't been really done before, and so I love that particular character. I think he's very impressive, very fun, and I can see why so many of you voted for him. But man, again, please make him in statue form. I would absolutely love that, absolutely. Next up is going to be at number 12, 41, 42, 43, 44. 44 votes for Killer Croc. 44 votes for Killer Croc. Killer Croc and CLAYFACE to me kind of are interchangeable. Killer Croc, great character. He's been, again, portrayed in many different ways over the years, sometimes very crocodile alligator-like, sometimes very big giant monster. Again, I loved him in the Arkham games with him splashing out of the water, attacking. he's a really great character, and again, he's been part of so many different great storylines. I bring up Hush all the time, but again, I just think of these iconic characters in this beautiful art. And Killer Croc, he's a massive, strong villain, not that smart, so that makes it easy usually for Batman to defeat him, but at the same time, he's just physically imposing, and he's just a lot of fun. Visually very fun with the colors, the green, the scales. Just a really cool, fun character. I really like it. Absolutely. All right, so it looks like we are ready for number 11. And that is going to be with 55 votes for Catwoman. Now, some of you might say Catwoman is, these days, not really a villain. But she's been a villain. She's been a hero. That line is always blurred. We never really know for sure what side she's truly on. And so I can definitely see why people picked her as a villain. I did not pick her as my top villain because I view her more as a hero, but I could see why. She's a jewel thief. She's always kind of doing the wrong thing. She doesn't really care. She doesn't care what people think. She, again, in my opinion, has been more of a hero than a villain, but she's still fun. She's definitely been a foe to Batman over the years. I think of Michelle Pfeiffer fighting in Batman. Just a great character. Love Catwoman. I really like what they've been doing lately with her. The fact that romance with Batman, letting Batman have somewhat of a life, it's been really cool to read. I really enjoy that. So anyway, all right, so now we're finally to our top 10 list. Here we go, ready for our top 10 list. And first up at number 10, I'm kind of surprised that she was this low on the list, but she is Harley Quinn. 56, 57, 59, 59 votes for her. So we're getting up there in numbers here. Harley Quinn, absolutely fantastic. Of course, she premiered on the animated series, and she's skyrocketed to popularity and fun and success. What a great character. And these days, again, she's more hero than villain. But over the years, she's definitely been a foil to Batman. She's definitely tried to kill him and create various crime. But of course, that was under the influence of the Joker. Now that she's kind of out from that, she's a whole different character. But she also is a character that kind of blurs the line between good and bad. But how could you not love Harley Quinn? But again, I'm really surprised she wasn't a little higher up on this list. But again, number 10, great slot. Okay. Next up, we have number 9. 68, 69, 70, 71. So 71 votes here for Deathstroke. Deathstroke, again, a very popular character. I thought he might be a little bit higher on this list. But man, what an amazing, a lot of people say he's the equal to Batman. Physically, maybe mentally, but you know, with the skills, the knife skills and the fighting skills. I'm looking at my Deathstroke statue up here, just absolutely gorgeous. What a great character, great colors, great armor, and Slade Wilson. Great look with the gray hair and the eye patch. Just an interesting, intriguing character that's gone outside of the Batman universe, of course, but I think he is an absolutely fantastic Batman villain, and I can definitely see why he's at number 9. All right, let's move on to number 8 then. 69, 70, 71, 72. So 72, very close between Deathstroke and Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy is our next pick here, and she, again, has been around forever in all kinds of forms. She's been green, she's been, you know, white, she's been whatever in between. She is beautiful, she is sexy, she is a seductress. She uses her love of the earth and her plant knowledge to manipulate especially men, but also women, into doing whatever she wants to do. And you know, you can definitely see why people would follow her. She has been a fun villain over the years. I'd like to see her portrayed more in media, like film. Of course, she was on Gotham in 3 different forms, but I've always loved Poison Ivy. Really love her, especially in Hush. I think she's a great character. I always go back to Hush. It's on my brain today. But just a fun villain. How could you not love Poison Ivy? She's iconic. She's just very much iconic, okay? So let's see. That was 10, 9, 8. Okay, we're ready for number 7. 92 votes. 92 votes for Two-Face. Two-Face has always been one of my absolute favorite characters. I love the flip of the coin, the good versus evil. He lets the coin decide. I love that he was a DA. I love that he was at one point a good person and still is in some cases. The different ways he was scarred, of course, different ways over the years. But I've always loved Harvey Dent. Ever since I was a kid, you know, they would always have that bright pink cover. And of course now it's more burned, like he's a burn victim or something like that. It's like I'm looking at my Arkham statue over here. But just a fun character. I love that he had that duality with Batman, and he wanted to be a hero, and everything went south. But man, what a fun character. I love Harvey Dent. I love Two-Face. So glad he made that list. I'm glad these votes are truly starting to come in for these characters. Really, really fun. Really cool. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7. We're ready for number 6. 89, 99, 1. So 92 votes. So really, this was a tie. This was actually really a tie if you really think about it, but it did place it up higher for Scarecrow. And again, Scarecrow, wow, what a villain. Especially the current years, in my opinion. I think he's gotten creepier and gotten darker with the fear toxin. Absolutely fantastic. Again, I think of the Arkham games, Arkham Knight, how creepy and how manipulative he was. Dr. Crane, I love the way he was portrayed in The Dark Knight. He's been portrayed, again, so many different ways over the years, but he's always creepy, always manipulative. He uses his brain, which I love. I love those elements of Batman, the smart elements of Batman, not just the physicality, but the brains, the evil behind the brains. And I really appreciate Dr. Crane and Scarecrow. Again, looks so creepy. Can't wait to add him to my collection back here. Just an incredible character. I can definitely see why he was voted at number 6. Okay, so now we have 5 left. We have 5 with 93 votes. Mr. Freeze. Absolutely. Mr. Freeze has always been a favorite of mine. I love it because he's a good guy that's trying to do the right thing by saving his wife, but he's going to do it at any means necessary. It's always resonated with me. What a great character. The ice, the suit, the gun, the ray gun with shooting the ice. Schwarzenegger, nah, not so much. But anyway, I love the character of Mr. Freeze. I think that he has been portrayed so cool over the years. It's always had that Nora tie-in, and man, what an incredible, incredible character he is. Absolutely love him. I think I would have ranked him higher in my list than number 5. But again, 93 votes, that's nothing to shake a stick at there. It's really impressive. But man, Mr. Freeze, such a great character. All right, so next up, coming in at number 4 with 95 votes, drum roll, the Riddler. I'm a little surprised that he came in above Mr. Freeze, but again, I think just the Riddler is so iconic. He, again, is a thinking man's villain. All of his riddles, all of his clues, so impressive. And he's tricked Batman on numerous occasions. He's not a strong villain. He's a real wimpy guy, but he sets all these traps and he does all of these things that make him a lot of fun. Again, he's a character I really liked in Gotham, the TV show. Jim Carrey, it's okay movie-wise, but he's always been a fun character in the comics. Again, iconic Batman villain. Again, I just cannot fathom why they have not made a statue of this character. People have been begging for years for a Riddler. Iconic character. The green, the splash of color, the bowler hat, the cane. Everything about him is a cool image. Is he my favorite Batman villain? No, not really. But he's still just so impressive. Next up at number 3 with 104 votes is another extremely iconic character, of course, the Penguin. The Penguin, I think back to my childhood, my youth. I think of Scooby-Doo, I think of Joker and Penguin together fighting Scooby and company. Those are some of my earliest memories of the character. I really like him today. In the old days, he was just this bird-like, annoying character. Nowadays, he's this mob boss or this nightclub owner or mayor. He has all of these more political type aspirations, and I really like that. I really liked Danny DeVito, of course, portraying the Penguin. I really liked the Penguin in Gotham as well. Penguin, over the years, ever since that sort of Penguin developed, he's become one of my favorites. I really like him, and I think he's interesting. And again, he's just somebody that uses his power, his brains, and the people around him to defeat Batman. And Batman always defeats him, of course, but such a cool character. Again, iconic. He's less bird-like these days, like I said. I still like that bird tuxedo type character. But the way they've been portraying him lately, I really like. It's awesome. Okay, let's see. Number 2, 8, 9, 10, 11. So with 111 votes, 111 votes for Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul, however you want to pronounce it. Unbelievable. I was really shocked that he got this many votes. Absolutely insane. He's an amazing character. He's been around for so many years. He is the Demon's Head. He is absolutely fantastic, and he has been in such iconic stories, but he's not a mainstream character by any means. We've seen him in Gotham. We've seen him in the movies. I think he has more press since that happened, those media type things. But comic book wise, not a lot of press and love for him. But that's, again, I was really surprised. He has a great look to him. He's been reborn so many times, which makes him interesting. His daughter, Talia, awesome. Love of Batman. There's so many interesting elements to the character. I could see why he is popular. But again, I'm really shocked that he was number 2 on this list. Absolutely fantastic character. He's one of those characters that I always want more stories from, but don't get enough. I'm sure maybe you feel that same way, but man, what a great villain. And he's always challenged Batman for years. Absolutely love him. Okay, so we're ready for number 1. And again, this list is everybody except the Joker, because we know if we put the Joker up there, the Joker would have won hands down. So we didn't include the Joker in this list. But your number 1 pick, outside of the Joker, let's see how many votes came up here. 148 votes for Bane. Again, I knew he would be on the top 10 list. I didn't know he would be this popular. I was shocked. How many people love Bane? How many people think that he is the best Batman villain? And most people said to me, Chris, hey, he broke the Batman's back. He's the only one that's been able to do anything like that. So I see why he's so memorable to people. And he's also this physically imposing character that's insanely strong, insanely intelligent. And again, it portrayed a lot of different ways, from an old school masked wrestler to this, this person that's going to take over the world. An unbelievable character. He is just absolutely fantastic. But again, I'm really shocked that he was number 1. Of course, again, Joker's really number 1. But Bane, what a great character. It's exciting, imposing. I love the look with the mask, love the muscles. And it's crazy that he did break Batman's back. So iconic with that Nightfall series. Absolutely incredible. Just, I love it. All right, guys, so there we have it, an incredible list of Batman villains as chosen by you, the fans. I am so impressed with this list. I'm so impressed with the participation, but I want to know, did you agree with this list? Maybe if you didn't, list your top 5 of all time. We don't need to see 20. Unless you want to put 20, go right ahead. But anyway, I'm curious if you agree with this list, if you think it's accurate. And if you disagree with this list wholeheartedly, then I recommend, again, you join the Facebook group so you can participate in polls like this and have your voice heard. Because again, some of these picks were surprising to me. They're ones that I wouldn't necessarily have picked. Bane, I would not have picked as my number 2 or my number 1. So again, Joker, number 1. But anyway, I'm so happy that we did this list. I'm so happy. I hope you enjoyed this list. If you did, please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Again, if you're a new watcher to this channel, please hit the subscribe button. It's free. Just click it. Also click that notification bell. It does notify you every single time I put out new content. Again, let me know down below if you like me doing list videos like this, because I think they're a lot of fun personally. Not only do I like to interact with them on Facebook, but I love talking to you guys about them right here. So anyway, I want to thank you guys so very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you right here in the Batcave.